And we're live. Hello.
We are?
Yeah.
Amazing. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to apparently more Spanish medieval mystery part 2.
Mhm.
This is the second episode of our current stream RPG of Aquelarre, a Spanish medieval RPG game where everything is a little bit magical and out of this world, as our I was gonna say heroes, but you're nowhere near even close. Are people. People
Mhm.
are about
Just
to
about.
find out. So whether you're new to this or whether you're coming back, hello and welcome. I am Lily and I'll be the DM, and the rest of the cast can introduce themselves because why not?
Oh,
Yeah.
um,
Go ahead.
yeah, okay. Well, my name is James. I'm playing Augusti Gabina, who was the essential pirate, essentially a pirate.
The essential pirate.
Yeah.
Essential. I mean that too. Um, I think I spent most of the last session just getting wasted in the tavern, trying to
Yeah.
be bodyguard, or assuming I'm a bodyguard and wanting payment for it.
Yeah.
But yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm Alex. I'm playing. Oh God, how to pronounce my name again? Enrique Yanes de Tomar. I'm a Portuguese troubadour of lower nobility. And I spent most of last session also in a tavern, chatting to some curious women, and now I'm following them into a dark and mysterious place. That's all.
It's not that dark, to be honest, but yeah, fair enough.
Should we go next?
Yeah.
Go for
Go
it.
for it.
I'm Freddie. I'm playing Luce, who is a thief and who is following the two idiots who decided to follow the women. For some reason. Yep.
Yeah.
For some reason.
For some reason, Alex's character thought I should steal from them, despite them being suspicious. So no way
All
in
the
hell
more
was I
reason.
going to do that. No. Also, for clarification, I have a cold. I don't just normally sound like I'm going through puberty for a second time.
All right, and I think that's left over to Mike.
Yeah, I'm Mike. My character is Ignacio, a young wannabe barber surgeon, starting his training, but slightly cast adrift. He is not following the strange and suspicious women because on meeting them, he thought they looked strange and suspicious and possibly dangerous. So he is actually back at home with his cat, Parches, because frankly, he'd rather be at home with his cat than risking life, limb, or possibly souls. I don't know, but there was no way everything was going to end well with those women.
He is the smartest of us all.
Yeah, with hindsight.
No, it wasn't hindsight at the time.
Foresight. Whoa, even better.
And I'm not a witch.
Or maybe just sight.
Yes, right. Common sense. The ability to spot people that might be up for doing wrong. I shall leave you to your adventures while I sit with my cat.
Thank you.
Nice, very nice. Well, that being said, I think that's probably as much of a recap as anything else. But just for the sake of bringing everyone up to speed, since we weren't able to play last month because, well, I was on an adventure somewhere else. The date is the 30th of March. The year is 1350, and King Alfonso XI has just died in Castile, which is where the narrative is currently playing in the what was once the medieval kingdom of Spain. Other than that, yeah, these guys have been pretty much just messing around the city and getting involved with witches. And now they've just walked into pretty much the scene that you see here, which is an aquelarre. An aquelarre is essentially the Spanish version for, well, summoning the devil, doing some form of culty stuff, and generally a good time for the people involved in the Aquelarre, not necessarily for those who may be about to be sacrificed to serve the dark powers of Satan. But hey,
Yeah.
Those who walked in willingly.
Yeah,
for a good time.
for
Not a
all
long time.
you know, this could just be a really extravagant orgy. To be fair, so
Sorry.
you've not seen a horned goat man person just yet. You've just seen a rather strange possessed-like woman in a very loose garment dancing like a maniac in the middle of a circle where more robed figures keep on coming too, and where the four ladies you were walking with are approaching. It is starting to become more and more obvious for those involved in this process, not Ignacio or Parches, who are happily sleeping away the night in the middle of Santander, but particularly for Agustí and Enrique, that maybe this was not the party you had sort of signed up for. You've not been just noticed by anyone else other than, of course, the four women that have sort of been herding you towards the gathering. So what do you guys do? What is your plan? Your thoughts and feelings? Anyone?
Well, shit.
Can I try and
No.
I mean, how obvious is it what this is? Should I roll to try and see if I can figure out what's going on up ahead? Or yeah, what?
Yeah, I might try and do the same.
How much do I know?
I literally didn't catch any of that. Sorry.
Oh, I was saying, how much do I know of what's going on up ahead? Does it look like anything I would know? Should I roll to try and figure it out?
Yeah, you guys are gonna have to do some rolls for me. Let me just see what you actually have that may be useful. And I say may because it's not a guarantee. Well, first of all,
I know I have legends or I have theology.
Yeah, it's definitely not a theological matter.
I mean, it's like the stuff they warn you about in church, right?
To some extent. You could definitely roll legends using your culture to see if maybe this rings a bell.
Okay.
I don't know if any of you have any magical knowledge that will definitely be useful.
I don't have much magical knowledge.
No, I'm going to try legends as well because this is more
Cool.
my kind of.
I got 45 under 60.
Cool.
For those
watching at home, this is the 100 system, which means in order to be successful in a roll, you need to roll under your score, which Alex did, and James most definitely didn't.
It comes under culture, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yes. You're pretty clueless.
Does it add the two of them together? Because my legend is 10, my culture's 11. Are they meant to add together?
The base should be already in there.
Base.
Yeah.
And then, unless you put any points into it, or if it's part of your profession, then it will just be your base.
Yeah.
Characteristic, and that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have a clue what's happening here, mate. You think, oh, James's character is technically from Aragon, which is a different part of the country. So he's probably thinking, haha, these weird Castilians. Look at them and their fun parties. You, Alex, have heard of this before because, well, the idea of witchcraft and communing with the dark forces of the universe is known pretty much to every single culture that you know of. And in your capacity of troubadour, you've read stories, of course. You are not sure this is exactly a summoning ritual. It could just be a gathering of witches, which doesn't always involve witchcraft. It could be a council meeting, it could be a summoning, it could just be fun. But it definitely looks like something you shouldn't be involved with, essentially.
Okay. So I don't think it's necessarily a good idea just to go along, just to observe, because it's interesting.
No, and your character is quite rational, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely lean more that way. I'm
the
70 national.
alarm bells are gonna be.
Who's clicking?
I don't know. I think it's James.
That's me.
What are you doing?
Anyway, so
Okay.
While my companion's like trying to like in this very philosophical figuring it out, I just kind of like unpop a little flask full of drink, just take a swig.
Jesus Christ. All right. Well, you see this. You see that the the weird guy that you met earlier in the tavern is as clueless as he was before, or probably even
Mm.
more. So it's up to you to decide how you're gonna handle this. Meanwhile, Luth, you have a little bit more advantage because you are kind of at the back. So you can kind of choose what's coming your way.
James,
I
please stop
don't want to
making that
follow
noise.
Yeah,
them.
James, I don't know what you're doing, but it's
I thought I had
honestly
it on
driving
mute.
me
I was just shaking up a pot. I thought I had it
You
on
were not
driving me
muted.
nuts.
Right.
Which means you're probably more likely to die quicker. In any case, Freddy, is you have sight. You are local, and you have the advantage of being a bit more aware of customs and whatnot. This is more and more starting to look like the type of stuff your mom and dad told you not to get involved with when you were a child.
Yeah.
And from what you can see, it's very obvious that while Enrique is hesitant, Agustí is literally just living his best life right now.
See, what do I owe to these people? 'Cause
You
I
owe
could
them
just
nothing.
go
You owe
off.
them nothing at all. I shall remind you all that Aquelarre is not necessarily a game of party cohesion at all, which is the reason why Mike is happily at home sleeping with his cat. So, there you go.
Do I remember where Mike lives? 'Cause I could just
You've been
bail and
you've
be
been
like,
to his workshop because when these two were in the tavern, you went with him to feed the cat before you went to
Yeah.
church.
I
So
believe
yes,
believe you stopped over
yeah,
for
yeah,
a
I
bite to
remember
eat.
you.
We were
So
also
he-
planning on meeting there for this hunt or whatever we were going on.
Yeah.
yes,
In the
I shall
morning.
remind you
Yes.
of that. You guys sort of were roped into this story about a ramidreju, which is this sort of animal that mythical kind of animal that lives in the different villages of Cantabria, and that if you were to catch him, it has alchemical components that essentially could cure any kind of ailment and disease. So one of Mike's clients seemed quite interested in acquiring this because his wife is quite severely ill. So that's kind of how you got involved with that.
Mm. Anyway.
Okay. Oh god, I feel like I should help, but also if I get any closer, like I'll be spotted and I don't want to know what will happen. Fuck. Should I just like throw a stone at you and be
Well, I was about to start trying something. Start trying to make my excuses.
I'm just gonna whisper. I take it. Alex and I are kind of standing next to each other.
Well, we're walking along with these
But
women right now.
Enrique, yeah, I'd kind of just see if I
I was gonna try and like drift to the back of the group and let them, as they're leading the way.
Yeah, let's start walking backwards.
Yeah, I was gonna say this isn't the kind of gathering I was looking for. Let's.
I mean, I'm all
Let's
for
go.
I'm all for naked women dancing, but no, this is a bit too
On
weird.
what basis
bit
are
of a
you
crowd.
saying that, James? Since you don't have actually a clue as to what is happening.
Yeah,
It just looks really weird. I mean, I can see rogue figures.
Because
I mean-
I am confident that your character is highly irrational.
He is. I'm also like thinking like it's like a self-preservation thing. Like,
Yeah, you're
'cause
gonna have
I'm
to
also
roll.
very.
You're gonna have to roll your rationality to really sell me on this idea, because you ain't doing
I
it, mate.
don't. My rationality.
Yes.
at the top.
Let's see if you can actually pull it together and act like a
so
rational
close.
human being. Ooh, so
I spent luck on
close.
that.
You can indeed spend luck. Let me remind you how the luck process works. You have a luck component on your character sheet. You can spend points that will actually decrease your luck value, and essentially what you need to do is just roll under. But remember that once you use luck, you can't normally gain it back.
At all.
Not normally.
Okay.
If you gain luck, it's because you've probably been doing deals with someone you shouldn't, or you most definitely should. You know.
In which case, you want to carry on with this.
Entirely
yeah, fine,
up
okay,
to
I'll
you.
just carry on. It's a party.
Yeah. Okay. So what we were saying, I'm gonna still attempt the same thing. Try and just tug you by the sleeve slightly and subtly like drift us to the back of the group, and then sort of just like quietly speak out the side of my mouth to you. This isn't the kind of party we want to be attending, friend. Let's go. Trust me on this. Trust me on this, friend. I've seen some things, heard some things. It's best if we keep our distance. And I'm gonna keep trying to like sort of slow down.
Okay.
Without the women noticing immediately.
Okay, I'll kind of go with this guy on this one for now. Just slow down. I'm still like kind of walking towards it, but I slow down as well just to see what he's up to.
By the way, correction: the luck points that you spend will be recovered at the end of the session, unless you suck, and you use them when you didn't have to.
Okay.
In which case you start losing them one by one. Also,
okay.
I was not aware of this. I had completely forgotten about it, and I think it's a good time to remind you all that you can technically donate your luck points to someone else.
Oh, that's nice.
That's useful.
This is something you have to spend before rolling, I assume.
Yes.
Okay.
In both situations, you should be spending before rolling. But,
so you can only regen it if you actually needed it when you made that roll.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well. Okay. Good to know. But yeah, we're trying to sort of like at this point, probably just slip away. How dark is it out here?
It's starting to get dark. By the time you guys met, it was at the time of the Sol de los Muertos, which is literally the last bits of sunlight, or as
the
millennials and Gen X would say, this day and age, golden hour. So you are running out of light real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna just try and slip away at this point.
I bet you are. Right, let's see if anyone spots you. Wow, that was
they roll
terrible,
bad. They are very
terrible
preoccupied.
They're a very, very terrible roll. Well, luckily for
They've
you.
had a bit to drink.
One second.
Oh my God. What's wrong with that guy?
No,
if that's what we're hearing up ahead, I'm like, no way.
That's that's
Still vaguely intrigued.
You're fine. You're not dying. Don't worry. It's everyone else. So, I think I can try something else, but it's probably not gonna work. Wow, the machine hates me today, and that's the only reason why you guys are probably gonna survive.
Oh, survive! Oh God.
Somehow.
No, it was that vital. Okay.
In this process, no one notices that you guys are essentially unawares of what's been happening, and well, You will be able to go unnoticed if you are careful, but you're gonna have to be very specific as to how you do this.
Yeah, like I said, to begin with, sort of just like drifting to the back of the group as we walk, and then kind of slowing down, letting them get ahead of us without being too obvious, and then once there's a certain distance, just heading back into the darkness as much as possible. Get out of sight.
And now you both are gonna have to roll a luck, just a straight up luck.
Oh, do I just roll? Okay, I see.
Yeah, because well, there are other forces at play.
Success for me.
Wow, James, it's really not your day, is it?
Wow.
Oh boy.
He's still like hesitating a bit as I try and drag him back, I guess.
I didn't realize I was gonna need to use one of these so early on.
One of what? No.
One of these things. James.
Yeah.
As you're backing away, you feel an itch. Like in the back of your head. You're not entirely sure what it is. It's kind of like if a thought is trying to materialize itself.
Where have I heard this before?
I don't know. But all I'm saying is that, Kitty has claws, and if you come for me in one game, I am allowed to retaliate in my own. I'm not. I wouldn't do that. However, you do start feeling like something, a presence that you hadn't noticed before, definitely in the back of your head. You are not sure if it's just an intrusive thought that you're having because the situation is uncomfortable and you're with this guy that you literally just met a few hours before and you have no idea what's happening, or if there is something else to it. But you are very aware that although no one may be paying attention to you in the very physical place where you are, something is lurking.
Something is lurking. Okay. I give a nudge to Enrique. It says, I've got a. I can't explain it. Something's here. Something's nearby.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I have this feeling that something's here.
Let's just get back to the city. We're not too far. Come on. Let's just head back to the wall.
Okay.
Are you just gonna carry on sneaking, or are you gonna run?
If we've made enough distance.
How far away are we from the city, roughly?
You still have a while to go.
Walking? Okay.
You have a while to go. So to retrace your steps, you would have at least 45-minute walk, at least.
Oh my god! Okay. Didn't know we got that far. I thought we just left the gate.
No, let me take you to the map once again, so you guys sort of.
No.
Well, I mean, you will get into the city, but you will still be in a part of the city where you can be easily traceable.
Yeah.
I should have said. So let me bring you guys to the map and remind you as to where you guys are. Cool. So you guys are essentially just past here. So this is the Arrabal.
Yeah.
Which is where the sort of posh people were and where you thought you were going, and you're approximately around here.
Okay.
From here, from the sort of gate where you left to there, to the corner of the Arrabal, is maybe 15 minutes or so. But you've gone now through paths that aren't properly paved. You're literally like in the slope of a hill, and this is happening. You are also not local, so you don't really know your way back unless you find Luth. You will have to, take your time to get back without actually being seen.
Yeah.
Okay.
So whether Luth helps you or not is entirely down to Luth.
Yeah, I remember Luz and start kind of looking around like, where have they gone? I thought they were meant to be pickpocketing these women. God damn it. Where's my local guide? What do I pay them for?
It is true. You were actually paying them for it.
Yeah, you were paying me. Damn it. Okay, fine. You have some of my loyalty. I'll come assist, I suppose. Am I
How do you
able to
appear?
like leave
Cool.
watching
Well,
the?
I will be merciful because I kind of feel like I have to, and I will stop this terrible music for your sake, and instead we will just go back to just
Happy music as soon as Luz
ordinary.
appears. We're saved.
Ordinary town noises.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as you're trying to decide what you kind of do and where you go, Luth finds you, and you kind of retrace back your steps, and you are now back inside Santander, properly speaking, inside the city walls. It is dark though, but you still hear some music coming from some taverns. So it's not super late. Spanish society overall still has a kind of late way of doing things, but the vast majority of the noises and people that you will be able to find will be in establishments of concerning reputation. So
But
be careful where you go and who you end up talking to. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Well, as we're on the way back, I'm just gonna be like, Luz, where did you come from? Where were
This
you?
is very angry right now. Like real mad. They're not even gonna dignify you with an answer because you're an idiot.
What's the matter? You okay?
Just
I think that's very much deserved, frankly.
Well, okay. Remind me not to speak to women from this town again.
Not entirely
This
sure
isn't
that
a
the
fucking
women
woman.
of this town is the problem. Shall I remind
No,
you
I
that
mean
the
the other
women of
women.
this town is
The other
also your
women.
DM? Oh my god. What problem do you have with the perfectly
Wow.
good women of Santander, huh? You got an
Apparently
issue?
they like to lure you into the darkness for some mysterious business. They seemed perfectly normal back in the tavern.
Oh my god. Okay.
I'm not sure lure was a problem though. It's more like sort of people volunteering, I think.
Yeah.
Most likely.
They lured us with the promise of a nice
Foods.
evening.
Uh-huh.
No.
Okay. You shut up. Both you men shut up.
Just playing to the character.
Luce is gonna take you to the guy with the cat, and we're gonna stay there because that person seemed fucking sane. So we're gonna go there.
Legit.
Oh, the man with the cat, yes.
I don't remember names. I'm sorry. Hold on.
The man with the cat.
I wonder
Okay.
how he'll respond to us turning up on his doorstep at this hour.
Hopefully he'll kill
Yeah.
you, so I
That
don't
would
have
be-
to.
Oh.
That would be fun to find out. In any case, you walk along the streets of Santander, and eventually you reach the workshop of Ignacio, which is located nearby the city center, not far away from the bridge. And you're very, very welcome to knock on his door if you want to, or however way you actually want to communicate with what most likely is a very sleeping man and his cat.
I feel very bad about this.
Mm-hmm.
Do I just pick the lock?
Entirely up to you.
You're the one who brought us here.
Should we? Well, I mean, this is. I'm a pirate. Screw it. I just start banging on the door.
I'm a pirate. Screw it. I just start banging on the door. Nice. This is what I live for, ladies and gentlemen. It's literally everything.
I don't necessarily know he has a cat, so I'll obviously apologise to the cat. But yeah.
Ignacio, you suddenly start hearing banging on your door and are awakened. Parches
Okay.
meows at you and sort of heads over to the door.
Okay, let's go and see who's here.
Yeah,
I'll answer.
because obviously this is what normal people do in the Middle
Yeah.
Ages.
I'll-
Random loud banging on your door and boom, hey, yeah, let's find out who is here to potentially steal my idle chemical components. I
Well,
love you guys and your sense of caution.
Yeah, I will answer the door, but I will have my right hand behind my back.
Mhm.
With holding anything or just behind your back because?
Just because, not everybody wants to welcome with the bloodletting knife.
Okay, fair enough. Now that we have, specify that, let's
It's just
see.
a perfectly ordinary tool of the trade for a barber surgeon,
Well,
Wouldn't want to leave it lying around.
so what do you say?
I opened the door a crack, just sort of wide enough more or less for Patches to look out.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, puppet.
No.
Oh my god.
Why?
I'm gonna step in front of both.
It's how we greet each other.
you.
It's actually a very formal sign of respect. I love you now.
As is hammering
Not
on the
in
door in
Pirates
the
of
middle of the night.
Caribbean.
We have some important stuff we need
Mm,
your help with.
No. Okay.
Do
I'm
we?
interrupting both of you. I'm
Do you?
interrupting. No, we do not. These two idiots almost got themselves killed by witches. Can we please come in so we have somewhere to stay?
I had it all in hand, okay?
Shut up.
I recognized the threat from a
Shut up.
distance.
No,
Okay.
you are banned from talking for the next 10 hours.
You can't ban your
Sleep.
employer.
I do not care right now. I almost didn't get paid because you were an idiot.
I'm sure you would have found a way to loot my corpse, okay?
Oh,
Anyway.
Fires.
I will look down and say,
Fired.
what do you think, Patches?
What
I
does
didn't know-
Parches think? Yeah.
I mean, we
For those of
don't
you
need to
watching
stay
at
here.
home, the cat actually has a character sheet because it is an sort of usable character by
Oh, you
by either
rolled for
me or
having an
or
NPC.
Mike.
I didn't realise you had a cat. I'm sorry, cat.
Seriously. This is yeah, whatever, man. Overall, the cat turns around, meows at you, and you get once again that sort of feeling that this cat is pressing you to inquire further. Like this cat knows something that you don't.
Okay.
That's what you think, in any case. But
So
you've had
where-
this feeling before.
Yeah, just keeping the door open just enough to talk through. So where did you go?
Outside the walls
Yeah, like quite far outside the walls.
to the
Not that far, Jesus.
to the west.
A whole 15 minutes.
Yes, the women we were speaking to in the tavern. You remember, I'm sure.
Yes, I remember thinking, that looks like an accident waiting to happen.
Well,
Funny that.
you
It
could have
happened,
mentioned,
almost.
but
You
anyway.
weren't really in the mood for listening, or at least two of you weren't.
Well, I'm always in the. That's what I do. I listen. I find things out. That's my whole reason for being here. But anyway, I figured out what was happening, and I managed to have us slip away in time. So it's all taken care of.
I call
And of
Kaka
course-
the Vacher on that.
And of course, thanks to Luz for guiding us back to the city, as it was getting a bit dark.
Just a bit dark.
Lucy's
Uh,
still mad.
Yes, there's. We don't need to stay here. Well, I don't need to stay here necessarily. I still have an inn that I've been staying in while in the city. So
Okay,
I'll
well,
head back
shall we
there.
meet here in the morning then?
yes, that's fine by me.
Okay.
For our hunt.
Yes.
Can I sleep on your floor, please?
Of course.
Thank you. I don't want to be near these two. I need the night to calm down.
I'll open the door and let him
in.
Right.
Thank you.
You are gonna welcome them in, yes?
No, just one of them.
Okay. So Luth is staying on your floor. What is everyone else doing?
I thought they were going back to the inn. I
Oh,
understood.
you're going back to the inn.
I
I'll try and
think
grab it.
I had a place that
You did, yes,
I was staying.
you did. The
Yeah.
thief, sorry, pirate, otherwise. Nothing has been discussed of his arrangements.
I just look at you like.
I just give you a nod. Well, good night, and start walking down the street.
Look at it from my point of view. Why would he invite a madman into my house in the middle of the night?
Because he's your bodyguard,
I mean,
remember?
Yeah.
No, self-appointed. That's not how bodyguarding works.
You let me protect you during the night, and I'll drop the price down to half. How about that?
No, that's called a protection racket.
Call it a deal.
Half of 0 is still 0.
Round it up.
Yep.
So James, what are you gonna do?
Look at the doctor and go. You got a spare bed?
Nope,
A
only
chair?
the one. See you in the
Go on.
morning. Clunk.
Oh no.
Back to a tavern it is. Didn't even get to pet the cat.
I mean, if you have money, you can find a room somewhere.
Oh yeah, no, I think I was staying in the cabin for a couple of days. For this while I was trying to just get my whereabouts, so I kind of just think, well, back to the old watering hole.
Just carry on drinking.
Yeah.
Interesting that.
Stuff I've seen tonight.
So are you gonna go to the same tavern, by the way, or are you gonna look for a different tavern?
I can try a different one.
Okay, because
Yeah, just in
Alex's
case those
tavern,
women come back again.
Alex's tavern is roughly right behind here, while the tavern that you were at was pretty much on the other end of the road. So,
Sorry, my roll 20 was just refreshing.
That's right. So Alex is kind of staying down here.
Okay.
While the tavern that you guys were in was kind of there. So it's the same road, just,
Yeah.
different place.
Okay.
So you can try and get a
Yeah, I'll try.
in the
I'll
same
try.
one that Alex is going to, or you can try your luck elsewhere.
I'll try the same ones as Alex.
Oh, so you have a friend now, Alex.
Okay. Oh, you're heading this way. Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, I thought, just been through some weird stuff. Maybe it's a good idea if we stick together.
All right. Well.
Have each other's backs.
Cool.
Sure.
You enter the tavern and Alex, you already have your lodging sorted out, so you're very welcome to go ahead. Or you can try and mediate for this poor sod who is in desperate need of some help.
Okay. Well, I go find the owner or whoever's around.
Mm-hmm. There is actually someone just at the bar. This tavern is quite lively. It's one of the most important taverns at the town. If you want the name of the tavern, I will type it on the chat because I don't expect any of you to be able to pronounce it since it's actually a Spanish name.
Well, pronounce it for us.
El Gato Tuerto. Which
The
literally means
cat
the
something?
cat with one eye.
Oh,
So
okay.
I thought I heard El Gato. Yeah,
El gato tuerto, the cat
El
with
Gato
one eye.
Tuerto.
Yeah.
Mm.
One eye. Yeah.
What are you gonna do, James? There is quite a lot of people here. From what you can see, is mostly a lot of people like Alex, people of a certain status with money to be able to afford, actual decent rooms.
Yeah.
It's not the kind of place where a low life would come to, but you are not a low life either because, well,
Oh,
you're
no, I've
actually
got-
an hidalgo. So
Yeah, I think I could probably make. Yeah, I think I could probably make my.
this is
my
the kind of
myself,
place where Luke
myself.
would like to come to steal, essentially.
Yeah, that's
What
how
I'm
they
sure
found me.
they have stolen things from many a time.
I was
Yeah, no.
exiting, and I was a perfect mark,
Yep.
and that's how we
Pretty
met.
There is a barmaiden just at the bar. There is several characters. Despite it is
Please,
currently
I won't be
approaching
rich.
9 p.m. in game time, it is still very much lively.
Yeah.
So
I'll go up to the. First of all, I think I'll get my. Before I enjoy the vibes. I'll get my.
the vibes. Look for
Accommodations
that took you
sorted.
last time, huh? Just saying.
I'll get my accommodation
Any
sorted.
women talk to them and they're gone.
Yeah. I got up to the bar.
Cool. Hola, buenas tardes. ¿Qué tal estás? That's literally what you hear. It takes you a moment to realize that you're not all that familiar with the accent of proper locals that speak real fast over the music because they have business to do.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, you're not. Yeah. How can I help?
Uno es sleepo.
No.
James, please don't murder my language. I beg you.
I say, evening. You got any spare beds?
Depends who's
rooms?
asking.
I am.
And depends how much money you have.
Depends how much are they.
What kind of bed you want?
Somewhere to kit for the night.
Does this look like the kind of place where you just kick for the night? She kind of gives you a real dirty look. Like, sassy.
Says, yeah, I like to kip in style. I'm only looking to stay for one night, so.
Oh, you're just a passerby.
whatever you got. Yeah, mostly.
Okay, well, I could throw you in the stable with the horses if that was fine by you.
There's I could probably do a little bit more market than that.
Can I approach to help out?
Show me your money and I'll tell you what I have.
I'll come up and I'll be like,
That's all right. Yeah, I show a small handful of coins, and be like, this is because I've actually got quite a little bit. I think, remember right.
surely there's a common room or something that my friend can stay in.
Oh, we have plenty of rooms. He's just, being a little bit rude. And we don't like rude people in these
Imagine him,
parts.
trying to brag about the amount of coins, and you bring out 3 coins.
I was very tempted to recreate a scene from Black Sails in this very exact moment. And Alex just saved your ass from it.
I'm sorry if I caused any offense.
It's alright. If the coin is good, I guess we will forgive it. Just for one night and just your stuff? If your friend is willing to share, we could throw a straw mattress in there too, and you could share the room.
I need a lot of space.
Yeah, so you're obviously not his friend. Fine.
Well, we did just meet.
You can take that room over there. I will decide in the morning how much you owe us, depending on how much you eat at breakfast. Now, if you excuse me, I have beers to sell and meat to cut. If you want anything, the tap is over there. You just tell me which one you're having, and I will keep it going. See you later. So, she points at a shitty room literally nearby the bar. It kind of looks to be like where servers actually have their naps while the business is quiet, and you can have it.
That will do.
Fair enough. Anything anyone is going to do before the night goes by?
No.
I would like to pet the cat.
You can pet
Well,
it.
I was going to say I'll get you a couple of blankets, and then the floor is yours for the night.
Thank
But
you.
as to petting the cat, that's not my choice. That's down to Parches.
Yeah, I
Oh,
was
well,
gonna say
let's-
if she permits me, I would like to. Pet
Let's
the cat.
find out if the cat allows you to pet them or not. I never thought when I decided to run this game that I would be having this type of conversation.
I seem to remember you were the one that volunteered the use of a cat.
Oh, trust me, the cat is being more than useful.
Yeah.
But let's see if the cat actually wants you to pet them or not. The cat is perfectly happy with you petting them.
Yay!
So you pet the cat, you even get a couple of scratches, not nasty scratches, more like
I accept this. This is prime roleplay. This is what I needed in life.
Great. Excellent. Well, and without any further ado, you guys go to sleep. Well, you all go to sleep except James.
Shoot.
Well,
Why?
actually, I should rather say, James, you do go to sleep. However, you have a very strange night. It could be because you got the shittiest room in the tavern, because that sassy girl from Santander clearly didn't like your attitude. Or it could just be because that thing in the back of your mind, it's just... You just can't shake this feeling. And it doesn't matter what you do, whatever, you can't drift off. Then hours go by to the point that you are sure it must be the dead of the night, because not even the drunkest drunk in that tavern is still out there. You can't hear a soul, and you're actually fairly confident the tavern is officially closed for business. And yet, this is starting to be quite disturbing.
Okay.
Very disturbing, in fact. In fact, I'm gonna have you roll for something.
Okay.
What are you rolling for today, James? Let's have a look at your character sheet. Sorry, my roll 20 is being really slow today for some reason.
Alright, just let me know what you'd like me to roll.
Sure. Can you roll some kind of awareness? Preferably... What do you have? Your awareness is quite shit, actually.
I'm not very aware of it.
I'm gonna make you roll an empathy to yourself. And empathize within you. Try to connect with your inner soul.
Okay. Where's my empathy?
I hope you have some. But I mean, what can you expect from a pirate? Oh God, you're right.
Yeah, I think I wrote it. Did I? Did it come through?
It hasn't as of yet on my screen.
And try again.
Sure.
No.
Nope.
I don't. I'm just reopening the.
Anyone else seen it? Because if it's just me, then it could just be a delay.
No, it hasn't come up on my chat either. So I'm just reopening it.
No, nothing here.
No problem.
Like
Like I said, I think Roll20 has been a little bit funny today in any case.
empathy.
There you go.
So your empathy is 1?
Yeah.
Well, shit.
I'm a pirate.
Yeah,
Jesus.
you know nothing about yourself, mate. You are more lost than a pulpo en un garaje. O sea, no sé cómo quieres que te lo diga, campeón. We have this saying in Spanish, which means being more lost than an octopus in a garage.
How do these
Unfair,
sayings come
unacceptable.
about?
I don't know, mate. Spanish sayings can be quite interesting, but that's literally how you feel right now. Something feels off. That's as much as I can tell you, but you just simply don't know what. You can either just try to sleep, or rather not sleep the night away, or you can try and do something about it.
Mm. I'm gonna see if I can do something about it.
Such as.
I don't know, just so I kind of just something feels off.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of feel like anxious with it, or in danger, or
Kind of anxious more than in danger. You still kind of feel like something is lurking, but
right.
you are not sure what or where or how or why.
Hmm. Guess I'm just gonna have like a search around.
Yeah,
Just-
okay,
I will like just double check the surroundings.
cool. Roll your awareness, your perception check. I think you may have search, and if not, listen or spot will do.
Search.
But if not,
Alright,
well,
just
a
trying to find.
listen, a listen will be fine.
Yeah, no, I haven't got that much in listen.
Have you actually done
I
your
had-
skills, James?
Yeah. Yeah, I done my skills.
You sure? Because everything seems awfully low.
I've definitely done them.
Hmm.
10 points in general, 25 points extra. Yeah, because I took the horse phobia and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone else's
Um,
character sheet seems a lot fuller than yours.
Mm.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I did do it. I think I haven't changed anything on it.
It just gives me the impression you haven't really added your basic characteristic into your stuff much. But I could be wrong.
So what? Like take the culture plus and add that to my statistics, or my abilities.
Well, it depends. It depends what It depends what type of skill it was. If it
Yeah,
was
you add them
role
together, and that
related or,
becomes your.
whatever. So
Well, I did
you
that.
know,
Maybe I haven't. Let me just double check my notes. Either way, I'm just having a look for spot. I can't see that as a
or
thing.
listen. Listen is fine too.
Yes, I'll go listen. Yeah, close.
Let's see. Yeah, you
13, 19.
nah, you can't find anything. And this kind of only just frustrates you more. Let's face it, you're not the most patient person in the universe anyway. um you are feeling quite uncomfortable, and you're not
Okay.
sure it's the room, you're not sure it's the place. It's just something about it all which just kind of unnerves you.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
as you are doing that, you actually hear a voice.
Okay.
Problem sleeping?
Hmm.
You look around the room, but there is actually nobody there. So
Yeah.
you have no idea where this voice is coming from, other than potentially your head. But it doesn't sound like in your head. It kind of sounds like in the room itself. And it's weird. It's the kind of voice that you can't really tell whether it's a male voice or a female voice or both at the same time. It has some definite Slaneshi qualities to it.
Oh, Jesus.
For the 40k players out there, you know what I'm referring to.
Oh, God.
It's a rather androgynous,
Yeah.
ethereal type of
Kind
sound.
of transcends basic kind of sex and
Yes,
biology. Yeah.
most definitely.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Are you gonna reply?
I'm just thinking like what did you say? I just ask it like what did you say?
Problem sleeping?
You in my head?
As much as anyone can be in anyone's head. Are you really in this world? Are you standing on your own two legs right now? Are they legs? What is a leg even? What are your legs made of?
It's the last time I ask you questions like, is a tree a tree? I said, as far as I know, I'm standing on my own two legs. What are you? Who are you?
Why, Gamora? I mean, seriously. To be fair, the similarities with Drax are definitely there. But
You a
um,
metaphor?
I am me, and that's kind of all you need to know. It's a bit rude, isn't it? Just asking such personal questions without volunteering any information beforehand, don't you think? You have some
You're in my
peculiar manners. I'm not entirely sure they are gonna take you far in life. It's not like
you're
you
in
have
my
the people skills for it. That's for
you're
sure.
in my head, Sonny Jim. You want to talk about rude?
I am not in your head. How do I have to explain that?
I can hear you in my. Where are you then?
I exist in the confines of the universe. I'm not even sure you know
It's
what
a
the universe
universe.
is, but I exist in the confines of the universe. Your mind is just too small to comprehend.
The universe. Like what's that? Like one of those things you get in a song?
No, 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 no.
Hmm.
Most certainly not.
Blow
You
his brains out your
I
head.
start putting like the fry from Futurama look.
You are not the sharpest tool, are you? I shall remind those watching at home that intelligence is actually not a stat that characters in Aquelarre have, because according to the game, intelligence is a stat that comes with the player, not
Yep.
with the character.
This is all me.
And as such, well, this is what you gotta put up with, guys.
uh,
I
There's-
simply just wanted to offer my assistance in case you were unable to sleep.
what kind of assistance?
No, I guess it depends what's traveling you.
Mm, At the moment, it's a bit difficult to stay calm with some unknown entity having a conversation in my head.
I'm not in your. You know what?
But it feels like it's in my head, so I'm gonna stick with it.
Yeah. I don't know. Don't you feel sometimes like things are outside of your control? Like maybe you've tried really hard, but it just doesn't matter really what you do. You just always end up in these kind of situations, don't you, Agustin?
Yeah, well, sometimes the waves bear you, and sometimes they bear you adrift.
Yeah, that seems to be very much what's been happening lately, isn't it? Isn't that why you're here after all?
It is.
Hmm.
Also partly my own, partly in my crew's own mistakes. So I can't put it down to doings of fate alone.
Oh, of course, there's fate. You mortals have such a strange way of understanding things. But yeah, I guess the way things happen in life aren't always necessarily as straightforward or as simple as we want them to be. Well, what if I could actually help you with this? Like right now, you're having a hard time. You're in a foreign town. You have heat on your heels. People are chasing you. Are you sure you really want to go hunting for this? What is it? A rat? Rodent of some kind? I mean, surely
I
you've
mean,
had enough of rodents in the last few years, have you not?
I mean, at the moment, the guy was offering good pay. I'm happy to go catch a rodent.
That seems hardly the type of job that a man of your standing should be doing. You are not a common peasant. You were trained by a famous soldier, mercenary of power, money. Spend some time at sea in foreign land? Is it really appropriate for someone like you to be running around after a rat when you could be chasing larger prizes, juicier prizes?
Like what?
Well, it depends. What is the kind of thing that would make you feel more like life is going your way, Agusti? I would like to know.
Hmm. Hmm. I know my old ship and a good crew probably wouldn't go amiss.
But with what purpose? Well, what's the point of having a ship for just having it?
To be out back on the sea.
And doing what exactly?
Oh. Sailing, exploring,
Ah, exploring,
living life without the boundaries.
discovering things. That
Yes,
sounds interesting. Is it not?
it is very much so.
Huh. Maybe we could reach some kind of arrangement then.
What are you proposing?
Well, a man of your condition surely must be aware of the treasures hidden in high seas.
I mean,
You surely have encountered Venetians before? You know those ships hold a lot of cargo. Have you ever heard or visited the beautiful town of Ragusa?
I can't say. I can't say that I have. I don't think I don't think I probably. Mm, yeah, I don't think I probably would have. Where is Ragusa exactly?
Where had you spent your time away in the end?
Um, around like um uh oh, what's the name of it? Motor. Like
It's
kind of
not
yeah.
far.
Like
It's not far from Malta at all, James. I'm
okay,
actually deeply upset that
I'm
you
trying
don't
to.
know where Ragusa is. But
I'm
go
trying to
ahead.
picture it on a map. I'm trying to picture it on a map. Know the place. I'm just trying to picture it on the map.
Ragusa is actually, well, there's many Ragusas. But let's see if you actually know where Ragusa is. Roll your well, it's not legends. So what am I gonna make you roll for this? What are you rolling command for?
I didn't roll command.
Yes, you did.
I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why I did all that.
Excellent. Well,
I
weird.
don't-
You are haunted in real life and in
Seems
game.
it.
Amazing.
Seems
This
it.
is well, that was just awkward. If you could roll your navigation, that may give you some clues.
Navigation. Sure.
Yes. Even though you're not exactly navigating, well, we could find out if you actually know.
Yeah. No, that's fine. Oh Jesus.
Are you gonna tell me you're not even good at the things you're supposed to be good at? Wow,
I'm good at it. I just sucked at that time.
amazing. Well, James, you have no idea what Ragusa is, but it sounds vaguely Italian to you.
Yeah. I don't. No, I can't say I've ever been there.
What a
I've
shame.
heard the name.
Yeah, but you
I don't think
have.
I've ever visited the place.
Ragusa is a beautiful town. Lots of wonders, lots of important merchants, lots of important sailors, lots of important cargo. Goes nearby or around the city of Ragusa and a lot of the other Sicilian ports. Sicily is, well, at the end of the day, owned by your people. For the sake of context, Sicily is actually a colony of the Aragonese by this moment in time in Spain.
Oh yeah.
So it is Spanish territory, technically speaking. It has been for about 100 so years. So yeah.
Okay.
It is Spanish territory, and it's actually not that far away from Malta. So you may have gone in passing through it. The cathedral in Ragusa is considered uh, one of the most beautiful medieval churches in Europe, for sure.
Okay.
So
Okay.
there would be some things that maybe.
Sounds like something there you want specifically.
Not necessarily there, but in Ragusa you could find information and the details that we need to get ahead of the curve. You see, this area that you live in, what do you call this sea, the Mediterranean, is constricting. Surely there has to be land farther away, no?
I mean, that's what many believe.
And
I included.
more importantly, Ragusa has been a very important geographical center pretty much since ancient times. The power, the money, the gold that must be buried in those places, the things that you could do with that. But well, maybe it's late. Maybe you should think about it. I mean, at the end of the day, you don't have a ship, you don't have crew. It's such a shame. Such a shame. Oh well. In any case, good day to you, Agusti, and maybe we'll speak some other time. And as it came, the voice suddenly disappears, but the sensation of lurking remains.
Okay.
And with that,
Who the hell was that?
we will let you not sleep for the rest of the night. You all wake up
Not
to
sleep.
the sounds of a bell ringing. Of course, it is now dawn, and following the very traditions of any religious society at the time, you would be awakened by the lovely sounds of clink clong, clink clong, clink clong coming from the, well, yet to be Cathedral of Santander. However, it seems that the weather has kind of
Oh,
turned a bit sour.
damn.
The Cantabrian Sea is known for, you know, being quite rocky sometimes, and as you all wake up, you can see that a full-on storm, you know, about 2 to 3 meters high waves are taking over the whole bay.
Nice.
Ah,
And in general, it's super wet outside.
Well, I'm staying indoors.
I'll probably get up, stride over my guest if my guest isn't awake yet,
Oh,
and just open the door and just nip 2 or 3 doors down to get some fresh milk and cheese and bread, and come back and serve breakfast. Oh, and some. If there's been any, oh mind, there won't be any early catches if the sea's like that, will there? I'm sure I'll have some scraps that Patches can have.
There probably will be some crazy sailors that may try
Oh,
it, but
Well,
people of
if the,
Santander are perfectly aware that you don't go out in that kind of weather. Not
Well-
the day after the king has died. It kind of seems like a bad vibe.
okay, well, I'll just
bad
get
omen.
enough for the two of us to have some breakfast and for something for Patches.
Excellent. Deduct yourself 2 coins, and you should have enough supplies for you, your guests, your cats.
Okay, thank you.
Excellent. Well, Luth, you get woken up by this actually very nice man handing you some food.
Oh, thank
It's
you.
nothing flash, but
It's appreciated.
The
you,
other
and
two,
you get
I will get up off the floor and be dignified.
the other two being in the tavern can, well, pretty much decide what to eat. Remember that you must eat at least 1 meal a day, otherwise bad things will happen to you.
yeah. Well, I'll
Oh
just
yeah, I'm
grab
definitely eating.
some. Yeah, just grab some food in the in the tavern
Mm-hmm.
there as well.
Yes.
Yeah, I will.
Anything
Something-
in particular?
Also,
Something hot.
Something
yeah.
hot, some kind of porridge. I suspect is what you're after.
Sure.
Some hot milk is good for you. Cantabria has some very good farmland and lots of milk.
Yeah.
So, yeah, for a porridge, you can put it on the tap, and the lady will, well, pass the bill later on in the day. So you guys get yourself some food in your weary bodies and attempt to not die one more day. Well, now that you're all fed and more or less awake, you can decide what to do with this rather grey and rainy day.
All right. Well, I'm sort of just looking out the doorway. So, this is not the right weather for a hunt.
Yes.
Uh,
Are you
think?
saying that out loud?
Yeah.
Kind of just walk up to you and say, "I agree."
Well,
The-
I might
the
at least
barmaid-
go. Yeah.
The barmaid looks at you both and she says, "You're obviously not from here." And kind of gives you a look like basic bitches, and and moves past you.
Well, I think we should at least head down to the doctor's place.
I'll get a fire going in the stove.
You
Yeah.
called him a doctor?
Or whatever he is. What is he?
That's generous.
I
A
can't
barber
remember what he is.
He's a barber surgeon.
A barber surgeon. I say, yeah, not a doctor.
It's not a doctor for sure, but
The
He
sawbones.
does some-
Hey,
that's,
I know
that's
things and I have a sharp thing.
correct. This is exactly all you kind of need, really.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
I agree. If we head down there, we can make a plan for when this weather stops.
I assume I have like decent clothes, so I have a decent like wool cloak or something. That's good for the rain.
Yeah, you're not the richest of the rich, but you're wealthy enough that you have that.
Cool. I put that on and I head out.
Are you gonna go with
do
him?
the same. Yeah,
Okay.
do the same and go with him.
Cool. Well, a couple of minutes later, you once again hear another knock on the door, Mike.
I think I'm kind of prepared for what's coming this time. I shall leave Patches in front of the fire, I assume, and go and open the door and gesture for them to come in.
Thank you kindly.
Don't trip on the cat.
Oh, I'll do my best.
Don't trip on the cat.
I'll try and pet the cat.
You can try and pet the cat. Jesus Christ.
I'll get the
This is
bandages
going to be
ready.
a constant
Since
thing.
this cat actually has
cat in the
empathy,
game.
unlike you.
You should have known this would be a thing.
Yeah,
Pet
the
the cat.
cat lets you pet him.
This
Right.
is what we wanted. We don't want anything else. We just want to pet the cat.
Yeah, I am realizing that now. I could have just done a homebrew cat RPG where everyone gets to be a cat or have a cat, or just live a simple life where everyone has a cat. We could have done that. This could have been a rad chill stream. But apparently you guys decided to be miserable people in medieval Spain. So I work with what I'm given.
Didn't give us
Yeah, but I decided to be a miserable person in medieval Spain with a cat.
Correct.
I decided to befriend the person with the cat.
Decided to befriend the cat.
I see how this goes. Very well. Well, in any case, you all sit in a slightly warmer place. The cold in this town is quite particular. It's not just because it's raining a lot outside, but humidity level in Santander is really, really high. So as soon as any smidgen of rain is out there, you really can feel it in your bones. So you all gather around the fire with everything that you have to keep you warm. And you're welcome to debate and discuss what is it that you actually are going to do. Or, other things that you may have in mind.
Well, while we're talking, I will make it. I don't know what sort of infusion would. I mean, it's we wouldn't have tea or coffee at this point, would we? No, I know. That was a sort of rhetorical question, but if we have the kind of sort of a dandelion infusion or something, then
Yeah, I'm sure you have some local herbs you can
Yeah.
infuse. Probably sting nettle
Yeah.
tea.
Yeah.
Will
good old
probably be
formic acid. Yeah,
something that you could put together and share with these people.
yeah, I'll do that.
Cool.
Thank you
Well,
very much.
while Ignacio is sorting that out, what are you guys gonna do?
So, hunting the beast.
Yes.
Not sure if I
Um,
would call it a beast personally.
Sorry.
I mean,
I'm not sure if I would call it a beast personally, but yeah.
Well, I thought it's a fitting generic term. I'm not sure.
yeah.
I'm sure the Ramidrejo will feel strongly about this. But
Fair enough.
alas,
have any of you come across something like this before? Creature like this before?
Nope.
I think I can't remember what we found out last time, but I don't think any of us have.
Well,
Very elusive.
I was really suspicious that this guy wants us to capture something that will cure all known illnesses, and then hand it over for a small purse of silver. Yeah, it seems like he's taking zero risk, minimal expenditure, and we could get hurt very badly, and then hand over something worth far more than gold.
Yeah. Well,
Could be completely wrong.
I'm still interested.
Well-
Experiencing something new.
Well, I'm interested in as much as if it helps cure people, then frankly, that's good business to me.
Oh yes, well that too.
Sure.
That's a good cause.
Poderoso caballero es don dinero. Capitalism already before it happened.
Well,
Surely if it cures all the people, you're out of a business, aren't you?
To be fair, if they've got people with something really nasty, you've only got to cure a few people, then you can let people just, within reason, use it free of charge. No one's saying about, I mean, who wouldn't want to retire before the ripe old age of 25?
Also, it just cures people, right? So that's talking illnesses. Like, will it cure you if you got a fucking knife in your face? It's like, oh yes, drink this. That knife will just.
Well, I
Okay,
won't be
so-
testing this personally, that's for sure.
I think the fact is, we haven't a clue.
It, right?
We just don't know. I mean, to be honest, we've only got this guy's word for anything.
This is true.
I have a slightly cynical streak here, but there's possibly more to this than meets the eye.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm still up for the task. I'm just not sure about this weather.
Going out on a day like today is a bad omen. I wouldn't advise it.
Bad omen.
Based on what?
Hmm?
Based on what?
Just my experiences with the sea.
Oh, okay.
Weather like this is always has bad intentions and can be just as treacherous.
Yes, but on the other flip side of that, where we are, we're unlikely to sink.
That's good. Yes. Not a huge fan of ships myself.
I can only go by. But whether the weather is to be respected, land or sea, it's all the same force in this world.
Mm.
You ain't wrong. To some extent.
My dad, my pa. This is over.
Are you seriously gonna say pa? De verdad?
Huh? Gonna
For
say my
real?
old pa. What? Old pa.
At least try papa. I don't know.
Oh, okay, yeah. My old papa, he'd tell me stories of some island sunk way back when history was young. He says land is the giant ship of Earth. It stays above the water, but it can easily go underneath.
That's that's a saying for sure. This is kind of starting to sound like aliens.
Well, from my point of view, I'm concerned that if we listen too much to this, all that's going to happen is we stay in my shop all day and they freeload food and drink off me all day.
Yeah, that sounds like.
I mean, if that's what the weather's demanding.
I mean, you are in the company of a pirate and a thief and a troubadour, so maybe
Don't lump me in with them.
You should have thought about it.
You don't lump me
before you sort of decided to get involved with these people. Do some background checks. I don't know.
So what you're saying is that I'm the second most reputable person in this shop, and that's after the cat.
I wouldn't go that far, but in the eyes of society, you're definitely the most useful of them all.
Well, if we went,
but who is counting?
If we had a sleepover, we'll go get food and bring it back, and we'll camp here for the night or the day.
I'm not sure that's a great idea.
Yeah, that's definitely not free.
Well, what else do people do around here on days like this?
Things to be done on a day like today. You can sing songs, you can dance, you can work the land because
have an orgy with witch women.
Would we do such jovial things the day after the king died?
You probably would go to church and go for prayers one more time, like a good Christian would. In fact, most of you would probably consider if you would want to go to church or not. I mean, I appreciate some of you are not entirely in good terms with the clergy, but
No, I'm up for
you
that.
are in mourning, and so is everyone else.
I can get my heavy cloak out and the bag that Partias can sit in if she wants to. But
Yeah?
suggest
Yeah.
we dress appropriately and go to church.
I suppose it's not too far.
There is, in fact, many
Yeah.
different churches around the city. I mean, you can kind of get bored of churches around the city, but I guess you would most likely want to go to the cathedral, since that's where the prayers are actually being kept,
Yeah, okay.
I suspect. But it's
Nice.
entirely up to you. You also have 2 convents in there and smaller churches all over.
I suppose we went to the cathedral last time, that's why I would know.
So up to you, really.
Yeah. Okay, let's be
somewhere
good
different.
Christians. Let's be good Christians.
Let's go speak with some Christians. Okay, fine. Let's go speak with some Christians then. This actually requires a different kind of music.
That was music.
All right. So you're back at the cathedral. Agustin, please roll.
To see if you burn when you step foot in there.
Yeah, what am I rolling?
Your willpower, please.
It is.
God.
You're
Where's my
gonna burn,
willpower?
bitch.
It should be with your luck and the rest of that.
Oh yeah, it is. I don't have anything in
Actually,
there.
I don't have a. No, I don't.
Yeah,
Have
I don't have
What's
a
meant to be
I
in
don't have
there?
a value in it.
No, yeah. Hmm.
It's a
that's
derived
something we went
characteristic.
Why is that box not working? Interesting.
What's it meant to be?
It should have been calculated from your other stats, actually. Peculiar.
I just gave myself -31. That's not right.
No, that's not fine. Well, in which case, just roll your irrationality.
Irrationality. Yay.
Oh, you actually pass it. You kind of feel uncomfortable walking towards the church. Just something about it just doesn't feel right.
Is it a feeling I would have had yesterday as well, or is it like a new feeling?
Different type of feeling. The other thing just made you feel, anxious. This is kind of making you feel scared.
Okay.
It's because of the tapeworm in your head, bro.
Tape.
Kind of just stand outside for a bit, just trying to compose myself.
In the rain? You were the one that was like, I don't want to be out in the rain.
No, I'm so scared of a church. It's understandable.
You all see this, by the way.
Okay, I'll like stop on the steps and glance back at him. Augusti, coming out of the rain.
I don't know if I can.
What are you talking about, man?
I like Usher. Alex over.
Mm-hmm.
And I say to him that,
What's the matter?
you know that weird feeling I had yesterday.
Did you
You had a
actually
weird
tell
feeling?
him?
Something was watching. Like something was watching us.
I don't remember you putting it like that, but
Or something.
I assumed you had too much to drink.
No, happened last night. While I was trying to sleep. There was like it was like something was talking to me, but wasn't anyone or anything physically in the room.
Well, this sounds like a matter for the church then. Get in here, come on.
Oh,
I wouldn't know anything about that.
Wait. He was talking about something about a monoverse or
What?
and I don't know, he was
You're not
talking
making
to
any
me.
sense.
No,
Is that a short poem?
oh,
Come on now,
God.
come in, go on.
I kind of follow.
Snap out of it.
Uneasy about it.
You'll notice that this guy seems far too hesitant and actually starts doing, you're not sure if voluntary or involuntary twitches with his hands, arms, etc. as he steps into this space.
Oh.
St. Vitus dance, probably.
Uh,
I believe I have some chestnuts I can burn and make a drink for that will help with that.
Could be. Could be something else. Have you brought your cat with you?
I put the bag on the ground. If Patches wants to come in my bag, she can climb in. But obviously, it's her call. To be honest, I kind of expect that even if I didn't bring her, if she wanted to be here, she'll turn up.
Well, we shall find out if she actually is or not. She's not. She decided that didn't want to have anything to do with you. Quite the opposite. Definitely hated the idea of coming to this church.
Well, it's also raining, so what sensible cat would want to go out in the rain?
Correct. Well, in any case, you're getting looks since you are now in proximity to this weird guy, and everyone else is just trying to happily mind their prayers. There is no official mass. This is just, time for quiet reflection
Mm-hmm.
and confession.
Confession.
If one shall. The Inquisition is watching, after all.
Gusty, maybe you want to go in there. I'll just nod towards the confession.
Or you could just try praying. No, maybe something or someone will listen.
I mean, how would I kind of feel about confession?
You tell me. How would you feel about confession?
Probably not one to really digress.
And I suspect you will not be having a really, particularly good time thinking about it.
True. I'll try. Yeah, I'll try like a bit of a prayer and a reflection.
Bit of a prayer. I actually want to hear this, James. I want to hear what kind of prayer and reflection would a man like you actually come up with. I'm sure it'll be riveting. Meanwhile, I don't know what the rest of you are doing.
Meanwhile, I'm
go
just
pray.
like kind of praying, but mostly just admiring the architecture.
It's all right. It's not the
I'll
nicest
just
place that you've been
kneel.
to.
Okay.
I'll just kneel and go through the Apostles' Creed or something.
Padre nuestro que estás en el...
Just go in
Yep.
and pray.
Huh?
I was just gonna go in and pray.
You are actually gonna pray? What
Yeah,
will
me
you
too.
pray?
Sorry.
And any particular prayers? Any particular saint that you're
I'll say
looking
the-
for
I'll just-
forgiveness or help, or is just a general conversation with dear Father Lord?
I'll just recite the Apostles' Creed, one of the basic Catholic
Very nice.
by the numbers prayers.
Wow. I'm impressed that you even know that. An atheist pagan like you. Very nice. Okay, yeah.
Hey, I've spoken to people.
Yeah, I'm sure you have. Some interesting people for sure.
Mm.
I don't know anything about religion.
You're praying. It's fine. You're
Okay,
good.
cool. I can
You are
tell
asking
you all
baby
about
Jesus
Greek
to
myths,
stop
but that doesn't apply.
you from having a shitty life. That's literally what you're praying.
Alright, cool.
Please, please, baby Jesus, please, 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 make that wealthy man pay me. Do not let him die before this day ends. He's already an idiot, and I obviously will look after him because treat thy neighbor and all of that. But please, please, don't let him die. I get it. Cool.
This seems very accurate, yeah.
In the meantime, though, I heard that a pirate was trying to pray and reflect.
Um, no, we don't commune a lot.
Who are you talking to?
This is my prayer.
Whoever will listen.
Yeah. Who are you talking to in this
I
prayer?
believe it's a prayer known as Oi God.
Well, remember that in the Catholic Church, you have the Holy Trinity, you have Virgin Mary, and you have a co-host of saints.
I think it's just like a group announcement.
a group
General.
announcement. All right. Okay.
To
Okay.
whom it may concern.
A message
Alright.
in the general chat.
Okay. All right. Go on.
I know that we don't commune a lot. But things are
Wow, you really haven't
a
had to
bit
pray
weird.
before in your life, have you?
Things are.
I can't believe you went to Catholic school and you don't know how to do this.
Yeah, things are a bit weird. Falling on some hard times. First off, if any of my crew survived the or any of my crew that have not found out about their fate, watch over them.
All right.
The ones that I know of, hope they find their way back to sea.
I'm starting to think that
See
James
you
is really
soon.
more talking to a shrink than with God. But anyway, your prayers are quite pathetic.
If
Your prayers are.
if you were trying to send me a sign last night, but that was you speaking through me.
Cut it out.
James, please roll your luck.
We sleep.
Please roll your luck. Oh.
Yeah, my misery.
The voice comes back. It's highly inappropriate to have this kind of conversations in a church, you know that?
Are you God?
I mean, it depends. What do we consider God? What do you think God is? Who do you think God is? Do you even believe in God? You know, you make some very interesting assumptions about life.
I believe in a power.
But is power God?
This. Oh yes.
Interesting.
This god is believing in some all powerful in some all powerful force that controls this world and what is all powerful. But whether God and this power are the same being. Under different identities, maybe.
Maybe. Well, I'm not entirely sure he's hearing you. You're kind of suck, frankly, at whatever is it that you are doing here. It's quite pathetic. You know, obviously, a man of your kind, it's just so sad. It's just so sad. If only I shouldn't say, really.
What?
It's too much trouble. You know, there could be a way of finding out if your crew made it. There are wise people all over this country, this town. For a fee, someone could provide you with that information, surely. You don't need to come to church to find out whether your crew made it alive or not. What do you think this is, an oracle?
No, but I'm also trying to keep a low profile.
Trying to keep a low profile? What happened? This is nonsense.
You mean you don't know?
This is nonsense, Augusti. I don't understand why you need to keep a low profile at all. A man of your kind? Hiding in the shadows.
Do you not know what I did?
Well, maybe I do, maybe I don't. Maybe I don't care. Maybe you shouldn't care either.
Well, regardless, I think there are some immediate threats, I think, to being discreet.
As you may. In any case, no one is listening. Other than me, of course. Have fun at church with your friends. It kind of laughs in a way that is actually quite disturbing.
Wouldn't go that far.
And it kind of quiets down again.
Okay.
After that, you say a few more things, but the feeling is just not there. This universe definitely feels empty to you.
Whatever that is.
Whatever that is. Monoverse.
Monoverse.
Well, you all have said your prayers. You are here. This man is behaving still a bit strangely. You're welcome to abandon the church. You're welcome to abandon him. You can do whatever you want. But in terms of praying and doing your religious things, you are pretty sorted.
Okay. Well, I'm happy to kind of. I'm probably still feeling uneasy, so I'm probably happy to.
Yeah. After this quiet reflection, which wasn't so quiet on his behalf, you know, there is always that guy in the third row that is having this personal conversation with God a bit too intently. He sort of says his last words, and that's a very bad form of the sign of the cross, and proceeds to leave the church immediately. Everyone sees this. You guys see this. The clergy see it. The rest of the town sees it.
Oh shit.
Leave a noticeable pause before I leave.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. make it very clear that we're not associated.
Yep.
Um,
Can't say I blame you.
Hey, I'm a respected professional.
That's fair enough. Okay, what is everyone else doing?
I'm gonna look at my boss and see what he's doing.
Who's your boss
so wait,
now?
what? So wait, what happened exactly? Sorry.
I fucked up the sign of the cross.
Oh.
Yeah, he gave it 5 points rather than 4.
I just started thinking the 8.
It was a bit
sign.
pentagrammy, like
Yeah.
rather than square.
I just assume he's like still drunk or something, and I just like try not to smirk, but
In the name
I'll-
of the Father, the Son, and blood for the blood god. Amen.
I just like shake my head.
Did you actually say that in character, James?
No,
I will
Are
make
you
sure
that's definitely not.
Are
I'll
you
make-
sure?
before I leave. I'll make sure I've given a long enough pause that if the Inquisition are going to follow him, they can get on their way. I'll only leave when I'm sure they're not.
Are you sure you didn't say that in character?
I'm pretty sure I didn't say that in character. Please don't make me say that in
Are
character.
you
Anyway,
sure?
I'm gonna just like shake my head like and smirk slightly and then head out.
All right.
Four.
Okay. So back in the outside rainy cold of Santander, the weather is still pretty much the same. Doesn't seem to be thundering and lightning, but it's still raining quite heavily.
And I just step aside. The one thing I prayed for was an end to this rain.
No one was listening, clearly. Or maybe someone had better things to do than attend your petty prayers. So,
How about we get back to my place and we decide what we are? Are we going to actually try and find this magical beast, or? And if so, I assume now we're setting off tomorrow, but we've got very little to go on.
Mm.
So if we are going to do it, we need to decide what it is we're actually going to do. We can't just walk out and start whistling and calling for strange magical healing beasts to come to us.
Well, I would assume we find
That man.
more help, such
Think
as a local
would
hunter or
normally
someone.
cost money.
It's alright, I have some money.
Is there such a? I mind you, I was going to say, are we literate?
Are
I
you?
am.
I don't know. Tell me.
I-
Can you guys
I
read
just
and
thought-
write?
There is a
I
skill
just thought
called
I
read and
got-
write.
Yeah, I
Let
know.
me have a
That's
look.
why I'm asking if you actually
Right.
can. I
I'd
think the
hoped- I'd
troubadour and the
hoped they
barber surgeon are
Yeah, I'm
literate.
literate.
Not entirely sure the other two.
I don't want to talk about it.
Now,
I don't
Would
actually
there-
know. I also have 25
I'll take
points I haven't
called
added
read
into
and write?
anything yet.
Well,
So I couldn't make myself read.
It's entirely up to you. James,
it's
I
not
take
really-
it.
It's not an important skill.
I see. Clearly, the trauma from the horse stopped you from paying attention at Daddy's military camp. Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess you make someone else keep your command and captain logs on your behalf when you're at sea.
That's what a quartermaster's for.
Your second in command, maybe. I don't know. In any
Yeah,
case,
quartermaster.
yeah. Well, in any case, the troubadour and the barber surgeon are actually literate. Why?
Well, I'm just thinking that, I mean, I've got things like, admittedly, very, very low scores. But I've got plant knowledge, mineral knowledge, magical knowledge, and legends.
Uh-huh.
mhm.
All at relatively unimpressive scores, I'll admit. But could I do any kind of research amongst my own books and papers to see if there is anything I can search out about this creature?
Of course. Yes. All right. Well, let's take you back
Is
to
there
your
anywhere
camp.
that would be good to go to find information about this creature?
Yeah, I'd go where
mean,
my
I'd-
books are, which are at home.
Okay. I would
also my
assume
cat.
that it would be more about asking around.
Well, if you've got
Yeah.
the people skills, I've got the book skills.
It
Whichever
is.
would be.
If you both roll your legends, please.
Okay, that's
This is sort
unlikely,
of a
but
folklore thing. I rolled badly.
You have no idea.
I
Yeah.
didn't.
You have.
I did stress it was unlikely.
You know nothing, Ignacio and Parches.
I'm not from around here.
You're definitely
I
not
was
from
searching
around here.
patches.
This is indeed no longer Kansas, Toto.
Well, yeah, Patches has a culture score of 15.
Parches does have a culture score of 15, but Parches has very specific skills, and I don't believe Legends is one of them.
Fair enough.
Which means, unfortunately, Parches cannot assist in this
No.
task with other than.
Oh, clearly she needs feeding, so I'll feed her.
And that's that. So you guys have literally no idea what you're looking for other than what this guy told you. Somewhere
Okay.
in the rural parts of Cantabria, there is this thing. Maybe, potentially.
It's an equally unlikely chance, but would magical knowledge be worth trying?
Magical knowledge could be worth trying indeed.
I mean, it's also 17, so we're not going to... No, not a clue.
Yeah, my first instinct would be to ask around the locals, but
Your cat does know, but unfortunately, their communication is kind of limited to.
I'll see. What's the name? What's the name of this creature?
Ramidreju.
You see, I can't even pronounce that.
Mhm.
I'll
I
have
will
to.
type it in the chat.
Rami Drehu.
Ramirehu?
Oh, that was actually pretty good. I'm impressed. There you go.
Ramirehu. Well, I will obviously butcher the Spanish, but I will say to Parches,
Rami
do you want to
Dreju.
help us? I'm not going to say that. I'll kneel down and say to
I
Parches,
think I've lost
do you
you.
want...
Hello?
I can hear you.
Yeah?
Can you hear me?
Lily?
Definitely lost you.
Oh, okay.
I can hear Lily, but I don't know.
Yeah, same.
I couldn't hear Mike. I could hear the rest, but not Mike.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, all good.
Okay, I will crouch down with Parches and say, do you want to help us look for the Ramidrehu?
And kind of scratches onto you.
What's that mean?
Give her a few strokes. Does she seem amenable?
It seems quite amenable.
If I get a bag and put her blanket in it, and start gathering up some travel bits and obviously food,
Yes.
and I'll say to these that she'll help us. What?
Behold, the cat will help you.
That's all we need.
Yeah.
We have a expert tracker now.
Excuse me, but show some respect.
What? I was. There is no sarcasm.
Good hunters.
I mean, I may still ask various locals that we come across if they have any more information, but
Well, we're not going to be setting off today, I suppose. It'll be tomorrow now, won't it? So,
yes.
If you want to go and talk to locals and see what you can find out.
I was thinking a stranger coming knocking in these kind of conditions is probably not going to put people in the most friendly mood.
Depends if you turn up with money or wine.
Might even be more suspicious, though.
Perhaps. Well.
I vote for we have a cozy day in. Just skip
You have
ahead.
a cozy day in Mike's Mike's
Thank you.
workshop.
Thank you,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'll go and buy some snacks,
All right. You'll go buy some snacks, and
and
you
we
guys
just
will
stay in
spend.
and play board games, play
Just play
chess.
Yeah.
RPG.
Yeah, that's fair. You could indeed. All right.
Oh, I heard of this fantastic game. It's like set in like 1600 years time. And there's these like horseless chariots, and
Uh-huh.
yeah, we like pretend that we like play people who are living
Stop
in
talking
this time.
nonsense. Are you still drunk?
I've heard of this one where you have a drawing of the city, and if you can control all 4 churches, you get lots of money if people come to them.
Oh.
Oh, I think I heard that one as well. And but you have a risk of like falling into the Inquisition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as such, the night carries on with several random sayings that make not a lot of sense to people.
Mm.
The following day wakes up, but not without James having to roll another irrationality
Fuck's sake.
test.
What is going on with you, man?
Got no idea.
Which he passes excellently. This night seems a bit calmer. You still feel that lurking, but the house of this man that you've met with the cat is actually a lot more hospitable. The cat seems to have taken a particular liking to you.
Yes.
Quite likes
Oh.
rubbing
Yeah.
itself on you, but also likes digging its claws on the bottom of your feet.
Uh-oh.
So it's mixed feelings, really.
That's weird.
It is weird. It's almost like
Okay.
it's trying to draw blood
Uh-oh.
in a
Oh,
friendly way.
She's been watching me at work.
Yeah.
Little trainee surgeon. Oh,
Little
sweet.
trainee surgeon,
surgeon.
indeed.
She's
I
so
suspect
sweet.
you will be spending the night here too.
Probably, I think they will.
All
Can I
right.
just step out for a second?
No
Okay.
problem. Well, we have no more than 15 minutes left of gameplay because I gotta wake up early tomorrow.
Mhm.
So that's probably gonna be a good place where to leave it after you guys do
Yeah.
a reconvening in the morning. So, what is exactly the plan?
We take a cat with us.
Take the cat with you.
I want to go and try and converse with random locals who I think might know a bit of folklore and ask about the creature.
We can do that. We can do that quick. That would be a pretty straightforward role.
Okay.
How you want to do this? Do you want to just straight up have conversations, or
Yeah. I mean, I'd be doing this on like if the next day, like if it was not like chucking it down quite so
no,
much,
it's not chucking it down. It's still a bit grim and it's spitting.
Something
but
when people are in a slightly less bad mood,
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is Cantabria. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I don't know. I would just go around maybe places outside of the city, even slightly more rural folk.
Okay, so
To get a
you're
bit of
gonna
rural
leave.
folklore.
You're gonna leave the city. Is that it?
Yeah, just for the morning or something.
Okay.
And
In which direction?
just heading out the main way to the west,
You're going west.
or if this map is
You
right up,
want
or
to go
north.
back where the witches are?
Well, it's during the day, but yeah, I'll go a bit further up from there, I guess.
You're gonna go on your own.
I'll
Do you
probably
want
take
company?
Lewis with me. Yeah.
You, Luz, you're much of an urban creature. You don't actually have a particularly liking of the outdoors. As it is, you are very aware that these are starting to become the areas that highwaymen patrol every so often, because at the end of the day, some of the most important goods for the kingdom come through this very road.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Well, we don't appear to be hauling any important goods. We're just two people walking without anything on us.
Really? I thought your clothes were fancy.
I mean, they're like good quality, but they're not anything too crazy.
Mm-hmm. Because people totally have killed for less. But in any case,
Well, maybe I should stay in the city then.
you you don't know where you're going, and Lucy's not really gonna be able to help you as a guide past really the Arrabal and the places where you were the previous night. It's just
Okay.
simply not something she would do.
All right. Yeah, I'll just go to like the commoner quarters then.
Cool.
No, not anywhere anyone wealthy would be.
Roll your
Good.
eloquence or your empathy to see if you can communicate with people.
Let's see. Don't roll that eloquence. Yeah, I succeed. Under 60.
Nice. Yeah, that's good.
Just coming along, I'm being polite and I'm sort of just, being fairly honest. Like, I'm from out of town. I'm a traveler. I collect and tell stories. I maybe tell them some of the folklore from my part of Portugal if they're at all interested. But I'm mainly asking about the what's its name? Remy Drehu.
Most people sort of look at you and they tell you that you're just straight up crazy. Most people just simply give you like a side look and they keep on walking. But
Well, I'm not necessarily asking like,
a couple
is
of
it real?
people, a
Well, I'm
couple of
asking for stories.
people, a couple of people sort of stop by and have a little chat with you. They tell you that people here in the city, these things are thing of the country. No one really knows a lot more than what you know already.
Hmm.
Apart from an important detail that the man seemed to have left out of the conversation. One of them tells you, but you are aware that Ramidrejus only are born once every 100 years, right? If the stories
Oh.
are to be believed.
All right.
That's what the old women in the villages of the valleys of Cantabria say, of course.
Oh.
So, I mean, in our lifetime, we'd be lucky if even just one
Is there a
was
particular?
to be around.
Is it every 100 years, or is it said to come with a certain event, or as an omen to something?
Eh, Depends who you're asking, really. The general idea is that Ramidrehu maybe are born every 100 years from the combination of a weasel mating with a marten, but it is
I can
kind
barely
of,
tell those things apart.
yeah, it's one of those things where it's hard to tell. I've never seen one. The stories say it only happens once every 100 years. Some other people swear that you can find a Ramidreju anywhere as long as, the martyr saints are with you. So it's hard
Mm.
to tell.
Where do these stories usually come from? Any particular area?
The countryside, the villages, really in the interior areas of the mountains. He kind
Hmm.
of points to the other side of the bay where you have Peñacabarga, which is the uh, tallest mountain in the area. Not
Hmm.
that tall, actually, just under 1,000. He
Hmm.
says you
A
would
big
need to
hill.
pass. You would need to pass the that area and go, deeper into the countryside. We don't really get them much here around the coast that I'm aware of,
Yes.
at least. Can hear the stories almost anywhere, but you know,
Hmm.
you really see weasels in coastal towns. It's
Yes.
more something that you see, in the open country.
That makes sense. Well, thank you for your time.
And a good day to you.
All right.
And that's kind of all you get. People don't really seem to know all that much about this creature.
Well, we might be
No.
going on a wild goose chase. Or a wild
Ramirejo.
weasel chase. And a Ridejo chase. So, I don't remember that from last time. Was that mentioned? It was from a cross of a weasel and a marten.
Nope.
That's just gonna look like a weasel.
Can't we just catch a weasel?
It's like, oh, there we go.
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah.
To be fair, it might be a slightly different colour.
Yeah. It's like it's the most.
It's
Well,
the most
the-
martiny weasel you've ever seen.
It's like the most outlandish mythical creature ever.
Slaps
It has the head
this
of a
thing
weasel
grows
and
so
the body of a
much.
marten.
Except it also has the shape of a snake and shining gold greenish hair. So obviously
Yeah.
it's a strange weasel and a strange marten that have these
It's
combinations.
just a.
Or maybe it's just what happens once these two copulate on a specific time in the uncertain moment of the universe every 100 years. Who knows? These mystical
I
things.
I
You
think
should
I need to
really-
start studying thermogenetics.
Yeah, good luck. I'm sure Mendel will really appreciate the work. In any case, with this information, you guys have a big decision to make. You're welcome to make that decision now before the session ends, or sleep on it and well, not literally sleep on it, and start with that on the next session. Entirely up to you.
I'm feeling that this is our only lead for to take us anywhere moving forwards. At the same point, it strikes me as an absolute red herring.
You clearly haven't spoken with Agusti about the treasures of Ragusa.
I haven't.
I'm not sure why
On
that
the
would
other
come up.
hand, actually, think about it. Parchess was in favour, so yeah, I say we go for it.
Yeah, and I'm
don't
here
know
to find
I don't know
interesting
if it
stories
was
and stuff.
Agusti or Enrique that actually got a bunch of potential jobs and quests that were announced in the other inn too.
I don't think it was me, was it?
Oh,
I don't remember.
nobody's told me about those.
The guy
That
has
was-
communication problems. What can I say?
That was Augusti.
I'm not used to sharing.
Yeah, apart from with things that talk in your head. Well,
Apparently, it's not in my head.
according to you, it is, even though it insists that it's not. But we aren't judging you, really. It's up to you guys whether you want to make the decision today or the next one. If you want to make the decision, you have exactly 5 minutes.
I mean, the whole reason Enrique is here is just to, travel around and find interesting stories and folklore anyway. So, if someone's trying to make out that this one is real, then I'm all for investigating that.
Mm-hmm.
And if it makes some money on the side, then good.
Sure thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of torn between hunting with this thing, but also like the prospect of immense treasure.
Arr.
And that would be yeah, that would be kind of weighing in my mind a bit. But yeah, I'm probably happy to make a bit of coin on the side first and track this thing.
Luz?
Sure. Money.
You guys seem to think that chasing down things that may or may not exist will bring you money. Yeah, I can see why
it's
medieval
only a bonus.
economy obviously didn't necessarily work. Okay, well, you guys decide that you will depart the lovely town of Santander In
Yep.
the main decision that you guys need to make is whether you're gonna live by boat and just follow the coastline of Cantabria, finding other places from where to approach, or whether you're gonna follow the road. If you're gonna follow the road, you also need to make the decision as to whether you're gonna just go yourselves or you're gonna go with a group of merchants or a caravan, or whether you're gonna go on horseback.
Mm.
So, sea or road, first of all.
I don't like getting
I
in
probably
boats.
prefer sea.
I would favour road.
Okay, so James favors sea, Mike favors the road, Alex.
Well, 2 votes for road because Parches doesn't like sea.
I'm not entirely sure Parches counts as a whole vote.
Why not?
But we could consider it the tiebreaker. Alex?
Yeah, the road.
Yeah, to the road.
Yeah, you're outnumbered, buddy. Okay,
Okay.
and in terms of the road, are you gonna go on your own? And if so, are
No,
you
we're
gonna
gonna
go on
get
horseback?
horses.
Can we all ride?
Can
Quite happy to go
you?
into it.
Can you all ride?
No, I'm not very good at riding anyway. We can go with if there's like a caravan heading, towards the mountains, heading south or wherever,
Yeah, travel.
inland. Then we'll like tag along with them, I guess.
You can follow or go with a caravan that is just leaving Santander since Easter is approaching.
Mm.
And they are gonna go down south to do some business, taking advantage of the celebrations.
Yeah, we'll
So-
like tag along for a bit in that direction,
Cool.
and then look for
Mhm.
like some mountain villages or something to stop off.
Yeah, I mean, the other next decision you will have to make, but we will make this decision next time, just something for you guys to consider, is whether you're going to go down south into Cantabria or whether you're going to go to the east or to the west part of Cantabria. Different places, different areas, and different things to consider.
Yeah.
Happy to give a quick overview.
Well, south is inland.
South is indeed inland, and
Yeah.
you will be able to also find, well, different things on eh, any of the other areas that you go to.
Mhm.
But I mean, there isn't much difference in terms of terrain from east to west. It's quite similar. But the farther down south you get, the closer you get to the Picos de Europa, to the high mountains that go up to 2,000 meters above sea level.
Mm.
That's quite a tortuous path. So you may want to consider the implications of going into that kind of landscape.
Well, we can head into the edges of it, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what I was
Still
thinking.
Probably worth getting the right gear for it.
But I mean, in general, you have a lot of areas that you can get to. The the two main areas that you have right next to the area of the Bay of Santander are the known as Valles Pasiegos, the Pasiegan valleys, which are not terribly high up hills and valleys with traditional sort of shepherd's life. And the other area that you have, which is directly east of the area of Santander, is what we call Trasmiera, which is an area that comprises other coastal villages, um, quite well known for its cliffs and whatnot. Um, not that dissimilar from the area of Santander in that side, or you can start heading towards the other river, which is the Besaya Valley. So really, if you're gonna head into land, you follow main rivers. The Besaya Valley is what takes you eventually towards the area of Campo, which is where the road down towards Castile is, essentially.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess we head that way.
Where you will start, going into the landscapes that are not so high up, but starting to, mingle with the central plains and whatnot.
Mm.
So that's the food for thought that you will have to decide for next session, because it is 10 o'clock in the UK, which actually means I have to call it for the night. So
Thank you very much.
thank you guys for deciding to actually follow a
Thank you.
weird saying one of your customers gave you for potentially scamming you. It's my absolute pleasure.
Well, we're just
no
latching on to
problem at
things you
all.
give us.
And
No problem at all.
thank you for
No,
casually-
We don't know
I've
what we're
given you-
doing.
I've given you plenty of options. It's not my fault. One of your teammates doesn't really communicate.
My only other option was following those
That's
women the other night.
Don't
We're not
listen
follow
to
those
it.
women. You
Yeah.
don't know. You don't know what could have happened.
I'm still dubious about this random voice in my head. I'm not going to go straight off.
You didn't check the papers that you stuff in your pocket after, you're getting mildly drunk. Clearly.
No, I didn't.
No, you didn't. Ah. Well, there you go. That's your
Okay.
fault. In any
That'll be
case,
the next session.
in any case,
Mhm.
that is all for today, guys. So thank you so much for
Cheers.
playing, and thank
Thank you very
you
much.
over on the other side of the screen for listening.